I came to London when I was 17. I was studying in Central St. Martin at the time, and I chose the pathway of BA Jewellery. When I graduated in St. Martin, and I worked as a designer for several brands. And after my career as a jewellery designer, I started EDXÚ in 2020. EDXÚ stands for Edward Su. Edward represents my life and my career now in the UK, and Su represents my root and my heritage back in China. Our designs are inspired by architecture, art, and philosophical stories about life and nature. From brutalism architecture and Art Deco interiors to cubism painting and our mysterious galaxy, I believe everything is connected and tells a story. In Shy 2022, I will showcase one of my latest collection, Iper. The Iper Collection started with a bespoke yellow diamond ring. The diamond was named Yellow Hyper-Giant HR5171. It's the brightest and largest yellow star ever known. The client, who is Italian, absolutely loved the design. Iper means hyper in Italian, which is why we named the collection Iper. Inspired by the galaxy, I illustrate a universe filled with dazzling stars. I draw inspiration from cubism and Art Deco design. I particularly love French artist Farringdon, how he captivates his audience in a dynamic and abstract world, comprised solely of primary colors and curved and straight lines. These ideas, combined with the retro gaming references to Tetris, created many hidden design features within the Iper Collection. For example, if you break the Kiki rings apart, it is constructed by 17 cubist colored Tetris blocks, and the silhouette of the Legacy ring, it is inspired by the bouncing of the light, a romanticized version of light reflections. I like to first draw the design out by hand, and this way I can be more creative and I can brainstorm different ideas. I like to move the design onto a computer for the next stage, when I can render the design more efficiently. I also like to use real gemstone and enamel color, for example, a Pantone color chart. Each piece, there's so many different tiny blocks of like gemstones or enamel. I kind of created about, I don't know, hundreds of arrangements of colors. And I finally down to three colors. And I find that I can actually, with enamel, I can create any shades of color that I wanted. But with enamel, I can actually mix it myself and I can create that exact blue and I can keep that blue forever. I actually have to make sure that the craftsman's workshop that follows exactly the plan. So every single block has to be exactly that is. If the change of one block is wrong, the entire arrangement just doesn't work. When you did 100 variations of the same design, but like you finally reached the goal, when you saw the final design, like that's the one. And that moment, you're knowing, because you try out, I tried out 100 different variations now, and that's 100%, it's the best version of design. And that's when I had my high.